Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun Live after 2 whole weeks of me being gone. So sorry about that. It's been a busy couple of weeks. And in that time, by the grace of God, I've been able to see just about every member of my family, all my kids, one way or another. It's been a crazy um 1,800-mile drive, and yes, I did not get one crochet stitch in any of this because I was behind the wheel solo, pretty much the entire time, whether it be driving solo down to Lynchburg, Virginia, and then on down to Georgia, and then after helping my daughter pack and really watch her kids was mostly what I was able to do. And then on to South Carolina for my mother-in-law's 97th birthday. Yay, Mrs. B. And after a few days there, then back following the moving truck to be stored in our basement. Again, doing the Bandit 1 and Bandit 2 routine, um, but not breaking the speed limit. I promise you, not with the moving truck. So did that, and so put about 1,800 miles or more on my car during this time. So tired of the driving. Ready to stay put for a while and be back with you all, and just really looking forward to today. I'm just going to jump in to the comments. It's been so long. I feel like a fish out of water. Um, all right. So Tiffany, good morning to you. She says, I'm a little early. I'll be back later. Can't wait. Well, I'm so glad you were chiming in so early. And Brad's mom, I hope you saw my little post there. I did find a link where it seems to indicate my friend um, Brenda Berg's book on Fair Isle Tunisian crochet is available early. Excuse me here. Ooh, nose is just itchy. Very excellent book. I have it on my bookshelf. I don't have time to look it up right now, but really good book. Um, and she greets us, says, good morning, Bonnie. Hannah back in on my dear yarnies from sunny and weird weather, Southwest Chicago suburbs. Please, friends, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Thank you for that reminder. You're so faithful with that. Yeah, it's the spring. You know, the in like a lion, out like a lamb. We're ready for that lamb to start making its scene on the stage here. But yeah, we had like 75-degree weather yesterday. I was driving home. It was pretty warm. Today it is headed into the 40s as this rain and cold front move through. So yeah, it's up and down, back and forth. Typical spring, doesn't know what to do, make up its mind. So Angie, it's good to have you. Good morning to you. And Cynthia, oh, you're so sweet, my friend. She said, my Fridays are just not the same without you. You're so kind. It really isn't the same without me visiting with you on my end. I just so missed that. And Miss Wanda, I'm so glad that you're here. She's says the Lord has blessed us with a very beautiful day, praying all are doing well. Yes. Well, once this rain clears out, and we do need the rain, I appreciate the rain filling up my well so that we can drink and shower and whatnot. And Denise, it's good to have you with us. Happy Friday to you. Hope you are doing well. And I just got a bunch of comments load. Let's see. Phil says, howdy everyone. Low 30s for temps here at home in New York today. Yeah, we're expecting to get some of the tail end of that weather as well. He says, I love Fair Isle patterns, but they are so intimidating. I understand that. Yes, they can be. Because of that, I am not sure, and I have courage enough to try a pattern of it. Yeah, I think I understand your feeling there. I did make one of the pattern. I did a headband from her book just to demonstrate. It's just so that I could learn a new technique. This was many years ago. It's a beautiful book, and I think when you're learning new things, I mean, if you're doing cables, I mean, Tunisian should not be that difficult. I know it's a little different. It's a lot different, but that's where we just have to remember that it's just yarn. It's just yarn, and it's okay if we mess up. Maybe if you want to try some of it, give it a go on some yarn that's not near and dear to your heart, so that if you have to rip it out, or if it gets to be a mess, it's not as big a problem. Um, that's kind of what I do anyway here. If I'm in doubt, and if I have a project that I ever want to make out of mohair, I make sure that I can accomplish it first, and I understand where I'm going with it. And I know the stitches, so that if I do mess up a stitch, it's not going to be too earth shattering. But it's not. It's not one of those things. It's not a fiber to learn on, and I'm digressing here. Heather, oh, by the way, Phil, I just want to let you know, I was thinking of you a lot as I was driving hour after hour, mile after mile, day after day. And it just made me appreciate you and what you do and what all you truck drivers. I know we have another truck driver friend, Wanda, out there. Haven't seen her in the chat in a while, but she may just be very busy driving. I hope she's okay. But I just a word out to all that you all do. I know sometimes it's overlooked by many. Um, it's not overlooked by a lot of us, though. We appreciate you. I will never forget the pandemic. There's certain things in my mind that are rocks in a permanent memory that I trust will never be forgotten. And all that you all did during the pandemic was one of them. And just keeping us supplied with everything from toilet paper to food in the midst of really scary times. So thank you for what you do. And I know that it's getting more expensive to do your job. Recently, but again, thank you. It is an invaluable service, whether people around you acknowledge it or not. It's irrelevant because it is important. As so many of the other things that many of us do in our homes that are unseen. It's not going to make it into any reality show or any, you're not going to get any accolades for cleaning the floor or serving other people, kind of like what Hannah is doing. And I can't talk about it too much because I'll get emotional, but thank you, Hannah, for what you're doing to serve Grandma and to serve our whole family. I so appreciate you, my girl. Anyway, Heather, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I really miss these Fridays too. Sorry, guys, I shouldn't have gone there. Ooh, okay. And she says, praying y'all are doing well. Thank you so much, Heather. That means so much. And Red Hook says, hello, Bonnie, Hannah, and everyone in the chat. I'm still working on my Celtic Sampler Throw. Life is getting in the way, though. I understand that. Let me say one thing. Oh, I got to show you. Okay. If I can just sit back. I got my shirt in the mail. It's a little bit big on me, but I did that on purpose so that when I wash it, it's 100% cotton so that I can still wear it. And it fits really great. I did go one size up to an extra large. So just throw that out there if you intend to order one. But it says, I survived the Celtic Sampler CAL, which is abbreviation for Crochet Along of 2026. And I just figure if you just put a little mystery into it, and also there's a QR code here that'll take you right to the videos. It'll take you right to the first video, which will take you to the next video and the next video. But anyway, I just thought if I put a little bit of a mystery into this, then maybe people will ask you about it, or I know they'll ask me about it, and we'll be able to talk crochet. You'll be able to take over the conversation with something we love. And what a good excuse to be able to do that. Also, I want to speak a few words. Those of you who are new and have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm not going to unfold it completely, but this is the Celtic Sampler Throw. It was a crochet along that we started in February. It will continue to go as long as the videos are up. And the videos are not going anywhere. They're on my YouTube channel right here. You should be able to, scroll through the homepage. If you don't know how to get to my homepage, just hit that little picture. There's a circle picture, has my face in it. Sorry. But it'll take you right to my homepage. And this is one of the more recent releases. It features approximately 12 stitches that are, cabled. These are all completed with your standard fundamental crochet stitches. It's not Tunisian, it's not knit, and it's not with any other tools than your regular crochet hooks. And the pattern information and all that is in the video description of this video. So if you're interested in joining that, I do need to let you know that the deadline of April 10th is kind of coming up. Um, it's coming up in like 2 weeks or so, which is amazing. Time is just flying. I felt like just being out of town, and I was just busy, busy, busy. Um, in case you didn't notice, I was not able to post too much, and I did not crochet. I'll show you what I crocheted, just a little bit of it, just a bit, but didn't get much crocheting in at all. It was really, really different than my usual routine. But it was blessed because I was just playing with these grandkids that are growing like by the leaps and bounds, which is amazing. Um, but if you are working on this project, even if you're not done, Diane says she's not finished yet, and that's okay. If you just take a picture of something in progress, even stick the hook in the picture, or it can even just be a picture of you sitting crocheting the project. It doesn't matter. I would love to include that in the showcase. I'm going to put together a slideshow showcase, and that will appear on the YouTube platform so everybody can see your work. And I love doing that because it also tells other people that this is not impossible. This is not just a designer thing, but this is something that anybody can do. So anyway, so thank you for prompting me with that comment, Red Hooked. And say Susie Pop Creation says, yay, there is a live this week. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad. You know, even if I wanted to go live, let me just tell you, I was having major computer upload issues away from home. Was at my daughter's house, and the upload speeds I was getting was 0.01 megabytes, which is almost reverse. It's almost nothing. It's very close to nothing. And I did try desperately to upload the new throw, which let me go ahead and talk about that. I did not have this uploaded to the watch channel before I left town. And to my discouragement, was not able to release this in a timely fashion on the watch channel. It is there now, and as well as the complementary pattern. So this is the Wisteria throw. It's the same stitch that was made to make the Wisteria scarf. Okay, it's a large honeycomb pattern with one side of the honeycomb being a 4-post cable. So you're kind of doing two things at once, but it's not as hard as it looks. This does contain a complete video tutorial. It is on, I'll just put that back there. It's on my YouTube channel as well as on the watch channel with the complementary pattern. And if you're not into making a large throw, especially now that the weather, in theory, is supposed to start getting warmer. It is getting warmer. It's just going back and forth little by little. If you want to make a spring summer scarf, you can use a lighter weight yarn, and I do have a scarf pattern. It has slightly different stitching at the beginning and around the border, but the bulk of the design itself, the cabling, is spot on the same. It's just how you approach it. With the beginning ribbing and so forth, I used 2-stitch basket weave instead of just plain ribbing like I did on the throw. But if you're looking for this, dig into your stash. I used a silk and linen blend, which started out feeling kind of stiff, but as I worked it, it really did soften up very quickly. And I know with use that will happen all the while. It's very breathable for the summer and the spring. Very, very nice. So if you want to get out your cottons and your lighter weight, linen type of yarns, go for it. And you don't have to stick with, oops, sorry, bumping my table. You don't have to stick with the fingering weight. Behind me, it's probably harder to see. I used a DK weight yarn and ended up making a stole using the same pattern, because with the larger yarn, larger hook, you're going to get a wider project. So you're not even limited to, fancy pants yarn, so to speak, although I do love that kind of yarn. I love all kinds of yarn. As you can tell, I have 2 projects here that are acrylic. I have one linen silk. I'm going to show you some with merino wool in just a bit. So anyway, that has been added to the channel. I didn't get a chance to announce the wisteria throw coming out, but it is live. It's going strong. Um, and let me go ahead and add one more thing. Oh, let's go ahead and just talk about this. This Monday, which is 1, 2, 3 days away, the Florida sunset shawl. Let's see if I can, don't know how clear this is going to be. The Florida sunset shawl will be released. This is an easier shawl and it is completely reversible. Just wanted to show that to you. Okay, completely reversible. Not many of my projects are like that. This is using the woven stitch as well as ribbing. And for the ribbing, I added an extra thread of yarn, a lace weight, a Surrey alpaca that I had in the yarn. I had an orange and then I had a pink. Of course, you don't have to do it in the exact colors that I have here. This is one of those that I actually looked online to check out the yarn because the yarn that I used was by a company called Yarn Jam. And I picked this yarn up locally a couple years ago at the Frederick Fiber Festival. I'll be telling you more about that in a bit. And the multicolored yarn is called Sailor's Delight. Unfortunately, they don't have that on their website right now. I mean, you could ask them about that if you're interested in that color. But what I was thinking with this yarn, I think you can do so many different looks with this. It's listed as an intermediate project because I'm using post stitches, and it's not for an absolute beginner, but a confident beginner can easily do this, I believe. What you can do instead is if you have a couple of hanks in your yarn stash that you're like, what am I going to do with this? And you have this beautiful yarn that changes colors, right in front of you just all the time. And it's like, well, I can't do cables. Well, you can, but you're not going to see them if you do. I mean, so it's like, what can I do with this? Well, this is where this kind of a wattle stitch really can help this kind of yarn shine. And I'm going to show you another scarf in just a minute. I also have some yarn like this that would look really good. It's a white with some speckles. This is some yarn from Created For You by Laura. This was a Yarnsmith yarn. Here's some yarn I got. I don't even know who makes this. I'm not even sure I can pronounce that, but some other yarn that I picked up that was on clearance, just yarn color changing. Again, this is not yarn that I would use to use a lot of cables because they just kind of get lost in the mix. But if you have, some of these crazy color changing hanks of yarn, or even some that you can buy on, at the store, at the big box stores or Walmart, places like that, this could be a good candidate for it. Adding another strand is optional, and I do talk about that. You could even just add a strand of mohair to this, and I think it would really be nice. It just kind of gives a little bit of a texturized fluff on those areas. The other thing about this Florida sunset shawl is that you can change up the yarn. If you don't want to use fingering weight yarn and a size G, this is what I used. I used a size G or 6 or 4.00 millimeter crochet hook. I mentioned the millimeter size because in European and UK sizing, 4.00 millimeters is actually a size F. So always pay attention to this size, the millimeter, rather than the letter name of the hook. So you can upsize with thicker yarn. Just make sure that you size your hook to match the yarn that you choose. So, and it's also one of those that you can make, as large or as small as you'd like. You can just keep a going with the pattern stitch and make this indefinitely, however big you would like it to be. So Florida Sunshine I'm sorry, Florida Sunset Shawl. And this is on the Watch channel. If you are a Watch member, you can go on and you can download the pattern, the complimentary pattern right now. And those of you who don't know what Watch channel is, you can look in the video description. I do have a link, and you can kind of peruse the site and see what's there. There are hundreds of patterns there for the taking if you are interested in working them. All of the instructional videos that are there are without interruption. There are no commercials. There's no spam. I don't track you. Um, I don't pester people with a lot of emails every day or every week. Um, I just let people know when something new has been added to the site. And one more thing with the Watch channel. Okay, it's $7.95 a month or $79.50 a year. And I so appreciate those who are members. And about once a month, we try to do a Zoom hangout or a Zoom class. I've been talking to a couple of my crochet designer friends, just see if I can get them on for this coming year. So we'll see what we can do. I also have some ideas on classes coming up. This coming Tuesday, that would be March 31st from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Please make sure it's Eastern time. If you're, west of me by an hour or two, make sure you calculate that in to what that means for you. Because if you're like Mountain time, it's going to be 12 o'clock for you, not 2. And if you're California time, that would be 11 o'clock. So and if you're overseas, you just have to check to see what Eastern time converts to for you, because I know with daylight savings time that confuses it all. But anyway, so we're going to have a Zoom hangout. But before we go to just hanging out and talking, I'm going to talk a little bit about caring for our crochet, especially if you have, well, it doesn't really matter what it's made of, actually, whether it's acrylics or knits or wools or whatever. There are probably a lot of things, if you wear crochet, if you wear your hats, maybe hand warmers or scarves or ponchos or whatever. Um, and it's time to put them away for this season, because you're probably, once you get past a certain point and the weather changes, you're not going to have need of them until the fall comes again. And there's certain things that you should probably consider doing to increase the longevity of these beautiful things that we make with our hands. We invest our time, we invest our money into making them. We need to also invest time into preserving them. And I have some special trick, I'm going to talk about that can almost make it look brand new again. If it's starting to look kind of raggedy, there's some things that you can do. So if you are a Watch subscriber, feel free to join us. I'll be sending out the Zoom link on Monday. So I haven't sent it out yet, but I will be sending it out on Monday. I do that on purpose so as to kind of put it on your radar, because if I talk to you about it a week before, you might forget about it. But I'll send it out on Monday, and hopefully you can join us. If you are not a member and you want to join, there's still time to join, and you can certainly join us for that discussion. It's always a really good time. It's always a really good group of people, and I just so appreciate you all. All right, let me get back to the chat. I am so far behind. Thank you, Susie Pops, for the thumbs up reminder. And is it Hedwig? It says, "Hi, Bonnie. First time catching you live from South Africa. Wow, I absolutely adore your designs." Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. I hope you're doing well there in South Africa. Just wanted you to know that your country is one of those places on my bucket list. I really want to get there someday. I have a couple of dear friends who live there, and I have dear friends in the U.S. Um, who used to live there, and they go back home from time to time. So anyway, okay. Oh, let me go back on Hannah's question about um, the pattern. Okay, this is Florida Sunshine Shawl. Let me just mention that the 2 other colors that I used, which were the Surrey alpaca as a highlight color, they do have those yarns on their Yarn Jam site, but I'm really sorry that they don't have this color changing yarn. But anyway, just wanted to mention that again. Um, anyway, and I'll be talking to her probably at the Frederick Fiber Festival. Let me go ahead and check that off my list. It's going to be April 25th, and I am dutifully wearing my back brace everywhere so that I'm can try to be sure that I can be there this time and not have to beg off like I did a couple years ago. I am hoping to have just about all of my books available that I've published, there for signing, there for sale. Gonna have some little perks. I have one in use right now. I have these little notepads, and if you, I'm not going to be giving these away just to everybody, but if you want to come by the table and say, hey, I want one of your notepads, or just say, hey, I'm a, you know, I watch you on YouTube or whatever. Come by me, come by, and I want to give you one of these. Okay, it's not a cheap perk, and it's got these really fun little um, lots of little stickies that are great for pattern writing and whatnot. So, yeah. So anyway, um, Frederick Fiber Festival, April 25th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that's at the Frederick Fairgrounds in Frederick, Maryland. All right, Hannah sent me a question from Phil. So speaking of caring for our crochet items, why are some cotton yarns hand wash, lay flat to dry? I always thought cotton was the one you could machine wash and dry. Um, I guess it depends on the type. Um, the type of cottons. I know that there are a lot of, let's see, do I have any? No, I don't have anything. I have all that in my other room. I've got a whole box that's just all different types of cottons. You have the cotton that you use for dishcloths, that you can scrub floors with, you can scrub dishes with, pots and pans. Those you can put it in the washer, put it in the dryer, nothing is gonna hurt that. It's gonna discolor the the dye eventually is gonna wear out, especially if you're using harsh detergents when you use the dishcloths, as you're supposed to use the dishcloths. But it'll hold up. That may be in regards to some of the finer cottons. Do I have any here? I do not. But there are some more high-end cottons that you may want to just be very careful with because it might pill. I have some again, it's in the other room. I don't want to have to jump up and go get it, but just there are a lot of different levels, I guess, of different cottons, and it may just have to do in regards to what you make with it. Like if you make something really nice, you probably just don't want to just throw it in the washer and dryer. Or if you do put it in a washer, what you could do, and if you're sure that it's not going to felt, um, not, I don't know that cotton can felt, but I know that if I have some cotton that is just a one ply. It's not like four plies twisted together and then the four plies are twisted together with each other. They have this one that I used. It was a wonderful cotton. It was just a one ply and it barely had a twist to it. It was really something really soft. And that particular cotton, I would just care for, with kit gloves because I would be afraid it would just get ripped on other things that you would put in with the washer. Like if you're washing it with a pair of jeans, it might get, hurt by the zipper or a button or something like that. Um, but that's a great question, Phil. Yeah, it just really depends on how the fibers are spun and the quality as well, because there are a lot of different types of cotton plants. A lot of you probably have heard the expression, breathe like Egyptian cotton, and how those sheets are generally more expensive when they have a higher thread count and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I think it has a lot to do with probably the type of cotton and how it is spun, how it is manufactured. That'll tell you whether it's strong enough to withstand that wash and dry cycle or maybe just makes it just frail. I don't know if that made any sense at all. Um, but I think depending on what you make with it, you just wanna be careful. All right, but thank you for sending me that question, Hannah. All right. Yes, thank you, Miss Wanda. She says, in regards to my mother-in-law, God bless her, 97. Yeah. Yeah, it's and being 97 isn't easy. I'll just say that. I don't know that I wanna to get to that point. I maybe God will take me away somehow in a cushy fashion. I just don't wanna it's just you get to a certain age and you just everything hurts and it's a chore. But she handles it very well, by the grace of God. Hannah said she just finished a new puzzle. Yay. Good for you, Hannah. Um, and we have says, good afternoon from New York City, New York, USA. Hope you enjoy a safe and pleasant Friday and weekend. It's DMTUZO. So I know it's some letters put together. I know that YouTube has kind of changed up some of the names, but welcome to the chat. We are so glad to have you. And Jet One In, good morning to you. Glad to have you with us. Um, and Karen Hooley, hey, good morning, friend. I'm so glad that you can join us. Sorry, you're probably gone by now. I just getting to your comment, but glad that you could stop in and say hey. And let's see. Ooh, just got a bunch of comments loaded, and I get so far behind. Um, all right. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, yes. That's my hope. Um, here we go again. I'm backing up, backing up. Hold on. Gosh, am I that far behind? Yes, I am. I've been talking. All right, found out where I was. And is it Ashla? Good morning to you. Glad you could join us. And Smorksy says, hi, Bonnie and everyone. Sarah in Manchester, UK. Wow. Love having y'all from the UK. I so enjoyed my time there in 2019. Was it 18? That was 2019, right before mayhem broke out. And Diane, thank you for being here. And DL Chris, great to have you. Greetings from sunny Southern Oregon. Yay. Send that sunshine our way, please, when you can. And Beth says, good morning from Cleveland, 70s yesterday and in the 30s today. Yep, that's the stuff we're getting to. It's just drifting our way here in Maryland. And Jet One In says, gorgeous weather here in Boise, Idaho. Yay. It's been in the 70s and sunny. I'm loving it. Well, fantastic. Um, and Linda says it is going to be 80 here in Florida. Ooh, yes, I know Florida well. Probably 80, and humidity index will probably be around 90. I don't know. I grew up down there and I miss it. I really miss seeing those beautiful palm trees swaying in the breeze. We used to have them in our front yard. Uh, anyway, I'm going to be getting sentimental here if I'm not careful. And Phil says 1,800 miles in less than my normal route from Fargo is less than my normal route from Fargo, North Dakota to Ontario, California. And I load on Monday morning and I get there midday Wednesday. Well, Phil, I hope they're paying you triple to do that. I don't know. Um, and also I wasn't driving a truck. I was driving my Miata and there were times when oh boy. Yeah, I just thought, this may be the day I get to see Jesus face to face. But thankfully, not yet. I'm looking forward to that day, but it didn't happen yet. Um, but it was actually quite a nice drive. I spent a lot of time on 81 with a lot of you truckers, and I actually felt safer with all you truckers. Well, there were one or two exceptions who probably, truckers that were kind of crazy, but I felt safer with you guys with the trucks on 81 than I do with some of the crazies driving cars and around other major southern cities that I won't get into right now, but you probably can guess which one I'm thinking of. Starts with an A, ends with an A. But anyway. um, wow. So Phil, you do a lot of driving. That's amazing. And Margita, good to have you in our chat today. And Jet One In is saying, yeah, great seeing you, Karen Hooley. Yes, Karen is a friend of ours, a very dear friend. And Heather says, I love that sweatshirt. I finally got to the third video of the throw. Well, excellent. Well, Heather, I need to let you know this is actually a t-shirt. It's a long sleeve t-shirt, but there are sweatshirts available and there are also short sleeve shirts. So um, and I think they could even appear either below here or you can look in my video description. There'll be a link to where you can go to the Teespring page where I have some t-shirts. I have some others there too. So not a lot, but I don't usually promote them very much. But I just like wearing crochet stuff on my shirts when I'm out and about. It's a lot of fun, especially if I'm going to a craft store. Um, all right, and we have is it Donna? Says, "Good blessed morning, everyone from San Diego, California. I'm still working on my crochet along too. Can't truly empathize with life being in the way, but I won't give up on it. Everyone's throws are so inspiring." Well, thank you, Donna. And also just keep in mind there's not a race. So that's why I'm encouraging you all if you want to have your picture and I even if it's just a few rows, I'm good with that. Okay? I'll just take a good picture of it and I would love to put that in and maybe put the beginning ones at, towards the beginning of of the slideshow. So I don't want anyone to feel pressure from me. If you've even just started a little bit, send a picture in. I would love for you to send it to my email, bonniebay@me.com. That information is also in the video description. I can sometimes get them off of Messenger if you send it to me via Messenger. But if you post it on a Facebook page, it just compresses the photo so much that if I try to download it, it's just so um, fuzzy that it's really hard to see any detail. So that's why I'm asking people if you could email it to me. That's the best to get the highest resolution. And if not, that's fine. But I don't want you to feel pressure. These things are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be a pressure cooker. They're supposed to be enjoyable. I know with the learning curve, that adds a little bit of maybe anxiety for some, but hopefully once you get just how the front crosses and back crosses work with these cables, you're kind of home free with any cable from this point on. Um, so I'm hoping that that's been your experience with that. Anyhow, but anyway, just don't want you to feel pressure. But April 10th is the deadline, not to get the throw done so much, but to have any photo sent into me so that I can start compiling them into a video presentation so that we can share with everybody. All right. Is it Armel? Good to have you with us. Looks like the France us flag there. That's wonderful. I love seeing flags. Um, it just yeah, I've got quite a collection actually from different places. I've got a really big Korean flag hanging on one of my boom lights, and it just yeah, I just love. And I enjoyed visiting France back in 2013. It's been a while, but had a super wonderful time there, particularly in Paris, and would love to go back again. I wanna go back and see Normandy and see more history, but yeah. Phil's saying almost dial-up speeds. Yeah, about the upload speeds that I was getting in Georgia. Yeah, it was pretty pathetic. Um, not sure why, but as soon as I got home, it went, uploaded in just a matter of minutes. So, I just thank you all in the Watch channel for showing me grace there, for being a little delayed on that one design, but the new design is up and running. And as long as I'm home, I can get that done very quickly. And Mary, good to have you in the chat. And Wanda Bigelow says, good morning to everyone. Thank you, Hannah, for your lovely care of your grandmother. God's blessings. Yeah, thank you for encouraging her, Wanda. She really needs that. Um, it's a big job. It's an important job. And sometimes it's a job that people frankly just don't understand what's involved. Not that it's important that they understand, but I know there are many of you out there who have been caretakers, whether it be of a spouse or a child or a parent. And yeah, my heart goes out to you and my respect as well. Just you know, it's so wonderful knowing as a Christian that even the things that aren't real high on the cultural totem pole, so to speak, that the audience of one, that, the Lord sees this. And I think of the verse in James that says, "This is true religions, to care for orphans and widows in their distress." And yeah, it's just a great reminder. And yeah, just living for something that's even beyond what we can see here. And I know a lot of you folks out there understand what I'm talking about. And Ramona says, "Good morning from Anchorage, Alaska." Wow. Good morning, Ramona. I hope you all are doing well there. Hope you're not too cold. Um, wow. That's another place on my bucket list. I so would love to go to Alaska. I hope to do that someday. Ah. And Hannah, again, thanks for your responding to people and just making this chat a very encouraging place. Carol G and the corn dogs, welcome to the chat. I love the emojis. Um, all right. Yeah, and I think Jet one, and I think we answered that question. Yeah, I'm just finally getting to it. Um, Thank you, Hannah, for picking up on that. And Carol says, "Your mom is so fortunate to have your support." Yes, I am. Um, Carol Beth, okay, from sunny Oregon. I'm probably never gonna remember Carol Beth, but I just love saying, um okay, I thought I was getting I'm sorry, Carol, I was getting you confused with the corn dogs. But yeah, Carol, thank you so much for your support there. Yes, we are very blessed with Hannah. Um, Thank you, Jet One In. She says, "I just love being a watch member. It's so very worth it." Thank you so much. That's always been my struggle at times is I want to make sure that this remains a value to you because I know how hard you all work for your money. I don't take that for granted. And I want it to be a value. And Infinitely Zero says, "Hello, everyone. Sorry, busy working. And I've been dealing with, pain in my hands and fingers and some swelling in one of my fingers. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that gets better for you." Um, wow. And Wanda says, "As I am decluttering, I decided to clean up my numerous works in progress, or known as WIPs, earlier this year. I'm working on those. I've gotten one completed and almost done with the second one." Well, good for you. Before going live today, there is a work in progress that's back behind this. And I'm like, I should probably do something with that and maybe make it into a real design for my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's a good thing to do, just to clean up what we've got going. For me, it's just generally to clean up would be a good idea just to kind of declutter some. I'm looking around the room as I speak and thinking, yeah, I got a couple piles there. Yeah, I could deal with that here and there. But the trouble with the crafts, with me, with the designing, is that if I pack everything away nice and neatly, then I forget about it. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. So when I'm working on things, I leave them out on purpose just so that I'm reminded of, yeah, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. If I just pack it away neatly, out of sight, out of mind, the place would look neat, but I wouldn't know what to do next. So if anybody can relate to that, let me know. Um, all right. And let's see. Oh, Elizabeth says, "First time from Buenos Aires, Argentina." Well, welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you for your kind words. That is so sweet of you. Um, wow. I know it's beautiful in your country too. That would be a great place to visit. I have not been to South America. I've been to Central America, to North America. I've not been to South America yet. I need to check that box. Maybe go see or maybe go see Elizabeth in Argentina at some point. That would be so much fun. And thank you for being so welcoming, Phil. Great. And Hannah, um, Thank you, Jet One In, for that sweet comment. Those are awesome. Um, yeah, and again, infinitely zero. Sorry to hear about that hand pain. It immediately reminded me, talking with Phil about all these miles and everything. Grabbing that steering wheel and for mile after mile after mile after hour after hour after hour, and sometimes the traffic is just so, I guess they would call it white knuckle kind of traffic. I mean, I remember my hands were just, whew, so sore. Um, I did not have time to crochet. I'm not sure I would have wanted to because just being so sore from gripping that wheel. Well, let's see. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Something else I have for your calendar, May 2nd and 3rd. That's this year. That's coming up right after, and we're just maybe 6 weeks out from this. Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival at the Howard County Fairgrounds. If you are anywhere near Maryland and Howard County, I would really highly recommend you check this place out. If you've never been to a fiber festival before, um, take a deep breath before the plunge, because there are hundreds of vendors here of all sorts of stuff. I mean, mostly yarn, a lot of wool, alpaca, um, camel, you name it. And there's also a lot of live animal demonstrations. There's spinning demonstrations. There's all sorts of things. There are even some crochet classes, knitting classes, and spinning classes, and husbandry classes if you're interested in raising sheep, and all sorts of things there. It's at an outdoors fairgrounds, so you're a little bit more at the mercy of the weather. So you need to probably bring an umbrella, bring your most comfortable walking shoes. Um, if you are on a budget, um, be very careful. There are so many things to be tempting, so many things that are tempting there. Don't know about a book signing or anything about that just yet. I haven't heard, but but do put that May 2nd and 3rd. It's I think a Saturday and Sunday. There might be some things on Friday, but I'm not sure. I usually go on Saturdays. So check that out. You can look that up online. Like if you're in the Delaware or, New Jersey, Virginia, I'm trying to think, in Washington, D.C., Maryland, if you're just near us in any way, shape, or form, it's worth the drive. And it's a very nominal fee to get in. So, and let me tell you about one more thing. I am, I think it's on for Pittsburgh Fiber Festival, and they're calling it Stitchburg this year. And it is going to be in a new location. I'm told the hotel's a little bit nicer, or a lot nicer. August 21st through the 23rd in Mars, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Pittsburgh. So this festival will be out of this world in Mars here. So lots and lots of that's one of my favorite places to do. And I think this is going to be coming up on my 6th year, 5th or 6th. I need to look at the number. I think it's the 6th year of teaching there. So be on the lookout. That's not going to be till August, but I'll be updating you as we get more information going forward on that. All right. So it looks like we're doing okay on time as far as I can tell. Oh, wow. Um, let's see. Regarding the hand pain, Infinitely Zero says that she says, thank you to Hannah. I already deal with chronic back pain too, but the hand pain came back. I've been seeing the doctor about both. Well, I hope they can get that worked out. I hope it's not a cervical disc issue. I had that about 24 years ago. I've still got a mark of grace on my neck from that, which actually prevented me from really the use of my left hand in particular. Just the neurological pain was beyond belief, but by the grace of God and the hands of Dr. Moskowitz, I am out of that pain for many years. So I hope that you can, find relief from that. Infinitely Zero, that I can kind of relate, but Yeah, I will pray for you. Let me write that down just so that I don't forget. So it's hand and back pain. Yeah. All right. Um, and Phil says Loops and Threads has a big ball of 664 yards, 100% cotton, but it is machine wash, lay flat to dry. Hmm. What you could do, okay, this is getting back to that discussion on the cotton. What you could do, Phil, and I know a lot of designers do this, you can make a small swatch of that yarn and then just put, um, wash the small swatch and see how that comes out. Wash and try drying it and just see what happens. And it'll give you an idea of what it will do to a larger product. Um, if I ever wash crochet items, whether they be acrylic or cotton or whatever, I always put it in a like a lingerie or those small bags that you can get. Excuse me, you can get them online at Amazon or you can get them. I don't know, Walmart, wherever. These little laundry bags and with all the holes and that it kind of gives an added layer of protection to your items. So, all right, from Nessa, she says, Bonnie, thank goodness it isn't a cervical disc issue. My doc diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis, no nerve pain. It's more in the joints. Okay. They did hand ultrasounds and no joint damage yet. Okay. Well, that helps me to know how to pray, but arthritis can be really bad too. So, um, yeah, just seeing my mother-in-law has that just about everywhere, every joint. It's very, very painful. But thank you. Thank you for that update. Thanks for sending that to me, Hannah. Um, just got a lot more. Let's see. And Helen says, Hi guys, hope everyone is okay. Lots of love from the UK. Wow. Thanks for the flag there too. That's really cool. Seeing the Union Jack. Um, yeah, and Brat's mom says, God bless the caregivers. I pray for them every day. Thank you, Linda. That is a wonderful thing to do. Oh wow. Okay. It looks like they're having a shortage of drivers. According to Phil, removing non-English speaking drivers is having a huge impact on road safety. Hundreds of thousands of drivers have already been removed. Oh boy, it's going to be hard. Um, and let's see. Is it Ches Doodle? Hello, glad to have you with us. I like that. Um, and then Carol says, not to worry about keeping up, Bonnie. We love to hear about your adventures and new projects. Oh, you're so sweet, Carol. Thank you so much. Um, And Cheese at Cheza Doodle, if I'm saying that right, says, Good afternoon, Bonnie and everyone. I'm currently halfway through the Inishman poncho, and I have to say it is beautiful work. Thank you so, so much for your tutorials. They've helped me so much. Oh, that blesses me. Thank you for telling me that because I know sometimes they do cause confusion just because as I said many times, it's swimming in the deep end of the pool, and sometimes that's hard. So I'm glad that that's working for you. I'm so glad to hear that. And Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D says, Greetings, Bonnie and Hannah from sunny, warm North Carolina. Yay. Glad to have you through. I've been through your state twice since we met, going south and going north. Mary Lou says, I drive 81 often, and there are some crazy drivers out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hopefully I'm not one of them, but yeah. And Nessa says, Me too. I love wearing crochet themed shirts and sweaters. I have bought a few from Warm Up America to support their cause. That's excellent. And Jesus Joy 7, hey, it's good to have you in the chat. Says, Hello, all. I pray everyone is doing and feeling well. Happy 97th birthday to your mother in law. It's a blessing. Thank God, Bonnie, he kept you safe and sound to return home. Oh, yeah. I am so aware. It just moment by moment, it just takes one second of inattentiveness, and That's all it would take on those roads going, 70 miles plus an hour at times just to not get run over. Yeah. Diane says, just made a scarf with Mako cotton. Very delicate. Yeah. Phil guessed my city, Hotlanta. Yep, that's it, Phil. Oh my goodness. Talk about reckless driving. I hope I'm not offending anybody from Atlanta, but oh my goodness. I've learned to drive in Miami, if that says anything. Miami and Hialeah, Florida, which is a little bit crazy. Um, I've been driving outside of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and roundabouts all over the place. Taught my kids to drive in this neck of the woods, which was intense yeah, for decades. And then there's not a lot that scares me. I mean, okay, I taught 5 kids how to drive. 3 of them were boys. So it takes a lot to scare me now. Atlanta scares me. So, yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, Mary Lou says, "Comfy by We Crochet has a nice blend with the Pima. Love it for spa or face cloths as you can wash dry and they're so soft on the face." Yeah, yeah, that's nice. I know there's some, I can't think of the names of them, but some really nice cottons that come out of Mexico too that are just really, really sweet. There's a company down there that I can't think of the name, but it's really, really good. They often have ads on the back of Crochet World magazines, or they used to. Yeah, and Phil saying about the cotton, I love Pima myself. I do too. It says Lion Brand needs to step up their color selection. Probably. Um, and Roxana joins us from Washington State. Well, welcome. All right. Let's see if think I've caught up as much as I possibly could. Um, And Jasmine Hope says, "Hi, I'm new to your channel from the UK." Well, welcome, Jasmine. I'm so glad you could join us today. Infinitely Zero says, "Yes, I need to declutter and also finish a few projects that are almost done. And yes, I also forget about things if I pack them away too." That's We're cut from the same cloth, apparently. Um, yeah, you can put everything away neat and clean, but then yeah, I can't find anything once I do that. Yeah, I'm one of those. Um, I know I grate on the nerves of others who are neat as a pin. That's just never been me. I like neatness. I like order. I like order. I do have order in my room. I know where everything is, but it's just not out of sight. It's where I can get to it. It's a workroom. It's not a museum. So there. I'm sticking to it. Um, And okay, Jasmine says, "Hello, we have a couple other folks on the U from the UK on here as well." Yes, isn't that cool? Um, and thank you, Jesus Joy 7, for encouraging Hannah. Again, just saying she's such a great granddaughter, taking care of grandma. I know I know what it's like. May God bless you always and always. Thank you for helping mom on the live. I know you have to respond quickly. Yes. Um, And Phil says about the hands, yes, the hands do hurt sometimes after long drives, but open flat palms on the wheel help. Yeah. And an encouraging text from Tiffany says the cable throw pattern chart has helped me tremendously. Okay, good. Um, this SK, okay, the skip you, okay, okay, thanks. Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks for going the extra mile to get that to my email instead of my phone. Oh, no problem. And if you ever have trouble with delivery of a pattern that you purchased from any of my stores, please just contact me directly, bonniebay@me.com. And if you can just tell me the order number and or just do a little screenshot or something, and then I can send it to you. Um, I even have to ask that because, yeah, there's some people who have been kind of trying to scam me here and there. So I have to kind of verify, but trust but verify. So yeah. Well, let me see if there's anybody else. Anything else here? Oh, okay, Natural Grocers has these small bags. I put my works in progress in these and putting them on my yarn shelf so they're in my sight at the time calling out to me. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea too, because that way you're protecting it from the dust, and but you know that it's there and you know it's in the bag. And Hannah says to Phil, lately I've been driving like a farmer on side roads, but if I'm on an interstate, I'm white knuckling the wheel. Yeah, yeah, that's me too. If the traffic is really busy. And is this Anna Marie? Great to have you with us. Um, all right. And Yarny Social, hey, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Sorry I'm so late getting to your comment. And yeah, yeah. Well, all right, let me see if there's anything here. Wanda says, I know it sounds crazy, but when I had knee pain, I found out that putting Vicks all around my knee helped with the pain. Thank you. I might have to use that, Wanda, because I'm dealing with that too. The back and the knees right now is what's giving me a problem. Um, all right. Uh, and Mary Lou says Chattanooga scares me. I'm trying to remember. I've been around Chattanooga too. It's just been a while since I've gone that route, but sometimes I'll do the mountain route going down to Georgia. Um, yeah, that can get really yeah, that can get really busy around rush hour. I've done that around rush hour in a downpour. That was not fun. um, all right. And Yarny Social says, if things are packed away, I forget it right away, like it doesn't even exist. I wish I was more neat, but at last I am not. I think it's hard to be creative and neat at the same time. What I mean by neat is something different than organized. I think you can be organized and creative at the same time, but it may not look neat to people looking on, but that's okay. Um, and Phil says, Vicks Vapor Rub is a miracle balm. Good for so many things. I'm gonna have to try that. And Grammy Wright says, sorry I'm so late. Praise God, I was able to get groceries all by myself today. This means my health is improving. Well, good for you, Grammy Rita. I hope that continues. Um, and Tiffany says, I lose hooks, reorder the same hooks at least every couple of months. Whew. Yeah, it's too bad they don't make little tiny, like air tags, if you know what I mean, those Apple air tags. We can just put them on our favorite hook so we don't lose it. And Yarny Social say, okay, wait a minute. Mary Lou says that Voltaren works great on joint arthritis. Uh, I'm gonna be going to an ortho at some point because I don't think I don't know if I know I have arthritis, but there's something else going on since I've had that baker's knot explode in my leg. So we're gonna have to, see what the guy says if he can keep me from being bow-legged, which is what I'm tending towards now with the way my knees are interacting. Anyway, Yarny Social says, "Oh gosh, just the back of my left knee bothering me at the moment. I am trying the Voltaren on my knee now, Mary Lou, great idea." Yeah. And Tiffany says, yes, air tags, little tiny air tags so that you can find it with your phone. That's what we need. Maybe we can develop that. Okay. I'm gonna transition to something a little on the serious side right now. I'm not gonna go into details. I'm not going to name names. I promise. I like to be drama free. And I want to stay drama free because I believe this crafting place is a politically free, a drama free place for us. It's a place where yes, we can care for each other, but it's not a place where we tear each other down if we're different in any way. Um, I I did encounter something yesterday on social media. I'm not going to give any details, but it was lies. It was slanderous, and it was an attempt to take another crafter, designer friend down. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna point to where this was or anything, um, but I wanted to read some good words from the scriptures that I love, and as I looked these up, I will confess, I was convicted of the words that I'm going to read. So as I read these, just please don't hear
or see me as some high and mighty self-righteous individual talking down to people. That's the farthest thing from what I want to present. This is one beggar telling another beggar where they can find bread. Okay. I am so aware of where I fall short. Um, and I thank God for that, that He has given me that insight. Um, anyway, this is really hard because good people are being taken down, and it anyway. And then anyway, I'm just going to read you some words because a lot of us interact with social media, and you guys in the group, the live chat today, have been stellar. I mean, have been just so over the top, encouraging, and I know it's real. I know it's not fake. I know that you're not having to put on an air to be genuinely caring and nice for each other, and that's just the way you are, and I could not be more thankful. But I just thought it would be good to just to read some verses, um, eh, just to remind ourselves as we're speaking of others, whether it be in person, particularly when it's online or on our phone, and responding. And I just want to encourage you overall to please, um, if you see gossip and slander, whether it whether it agrees with your position on something or not, avoid it. Okay, just avoid it. It's just stay clean of it. I'm going to read some verses again, convicting to me as I read these. I am not innocent either, but I want to be better. Okay, Proverbs 20:19 says, "Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. Therefore, do not associate with the simple babbler." That goes for being a simpleton with Facebook post, with Instagram post, with whatever media post. Avoid it. Proverbs 17:4. An evildoer listens to wicked lips or post, and a liar gives ear to a mischievous tongue, again, or post. Whenever you hear the word tongue, I think social media post. Proverbs 31:26. And this is a good verse, encouraging verse. I can apply this to many of you. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. May that be said of us. He or she, may it be said of us. James 3:5. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. And one more. 1 Peter 3:10. For whoever desires to love life and see good days, let him keep his tongue from or post from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. So I didn't mean to get so hard and heavy at the end here, but I felt like I just wanted to speak into this, and for us to be careful, especially in this crafting community. It's not a huge community. It's a wonderful community for the most part, and I don't like. There's no reason for us to be divided because we have different ideas outside of the crafting area. Um, but thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient with me, as you are so often. Just even coming back after 2 weeks sabbatical here, I just so appreciate that. Um, thank you for your comments here. Thank you, Phil and Jesus Joy 7. And Yarny Social, yeah, just yeah, she says, I love okay, she wants to keep, yeah, talk Yarny Social talking about keeping this space safe and loving on everyone. Yes, that's everyone. Whether you agree with the scriptures I read or even, my faith or whatever, you don't have to agree with that. I don't require anything like that, but I do require kindness as much as as possible. And that's why my dear daughter Hannah is here in the chat. There have been times when people have not wanted to play along fairly, and she has asked them to take their ball and go home. And she has the power of an administrator to do that. And so thank you, Hannah, for just keeping this safe. So anyway, sorry to get so heavy on you all, but I did want to, just it's a little more of an admonishment, but again, for myself as much as anybody. And I just love you guys so much that I just wanted to bring that. And I'm sorry if it feels corrective, but that's what friends do too. And again, I'm applying it to myself, who I can certainly do better. And I intend to, with the Lord's help. Anyway, I hope to see you all here next week, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week. God bless. Bye-bye.